And what is up, everybody? Video's choppy, so just bear with me now. I've tried reshooting over and over again, and it's still giving me this nonsense. So, just finished watching Pacquiao and Mayweather, and made me realize why I stopped watching professional boxing immediately after Holyfield Lewis 2. Basically, now I train at UFC gym now, and basically one of the coaches there said he knew that Mayweather was going to win because Mayweather calls guys out when they're past their prime, and he runs away, which is what he did. Now, mind you, like I said, I haven't watched pro boxing match. I haven't gone out of my way to watch a pro boxing match since Holyfield Lewis 2. I've never seen Mayweather or Pacquiao fight. I just know that they were supposed to fight 5 years ago, and it never happened. Either Mayweather ducked it, or something or other, and I just knew that Floyd Mayweather is a jerk. So I was leaning more towards Pacquiao. Not that I would say that one was technically superior to the other. I just didn't like Mayweather. I don't like Mayweather, and basically fight starts, and the entire time he might as well have just fought on the quarter mile track. Might as well have just fought on that, and it probably would have had just about the same effect. You had Pacquiao chasing after Mayweather the entire time, Mayweather running the entire time. Pacquiao managed to win 2 rounds because he got inside and just started throwing flurry of punches that unfortunately didn't do too much damage, and unfortunately loses the fight. Basically 10 rounds to 2. Some people, one of the judges said 9 to 3, but it was very unfortunate, and like I said, this is one of the main reasons why I stopped watching pro boxing. And not to mention the fact that Mayweather was cheating too. Seriously, it was bad enough that whenever Pacquiao was just about to get a flurry going and hit him, and about to get started, all of a sudden he reach out and grab him. So the ref would have to break them up and start them all over again. And he did that. He did that repeatedly. But then he would also take his whole arm, get behind Pacquiao's head, and actually force him down. A couple times he grabs him in a guillotine headlock. More than one time, and this is throughout the entire fight. He was hitting him below the belt. Now, granted, he wasn't aiming for the groin. However, 2 fights earlier, the referee deducted 2 points from a fighter because he kept punching below the waist, the ridiculously giant waistband that boxers wear for their shorts. It makes absolutely no sense. And the fact that they let Floyd Mayweather get away with that nonsense, it didn't make any sense at all. And then the fact that he was running away the entire time, the fact that Manny Pacquiao couldn't do anything, it was just one big mess. And like I said, this is why I don't watch boxing. This is why I stopped watching boxing a long time ago. This is why I stick to MMA, because it is very, very difficult a lot of times for a fighter in mixed martial arts to just play the game, to just do enough to, granted, it does happen more times than I would like, but not enough times to make me like, okay, I'm done with this sport. Seriously, because there's so many different ways to win, because there's so many different ways to lose, you got to be on guard with so many different things. The only way to basically play the game is, like I said, what John Jones did to Daniel Cormier for the last 2 rounds of their fight, what Rashad Evans did to Quentin Jackson pretty much their entire fight. It's very hard to just keep your distance and just land takedowns and not really do anything. As a matter of fact, prime example, King Mo versus Rampage. When they fought, King Mo landed a bunch of takedowns, but couldn't land a single punch. And and if that had been judged in UFC, King Mo probably would have won. But they gave the decision to Rampage, which kudos to them. Because Rampage, he was going for the kill. Rampage always goes for the knockout. He doesn't necessarily care how many points you got, anything like that. No, he's looking to ultimately finish the fight, which Chuck Liddell always did, Randy Couture always did, George St. Pierre never necessarily had knockout power. So, but he had he was a tremendous, very technical striker, and so for someone like him to never have had knockout power, but then to be able to utilize everything else to his disposal, like his all of his title defenses went the distance, but well, with the exception of BJ Penn. All his other title defenses went the distance, but there was still some phenomenal fights. Why? Because he tries to finish. Matt Hughes tried to finish. Royce Gracie always finished. When it gets to, like, I understand that it's a sport. I understand that it's a game, but when you're trying to play the game as opposed to win the fight, that's where things start to get boring. That's why I stopped watching boxing. That's why I stopped watching Anderson Silva. That's why I never liked John Jones's fighting style. And the only reason why I watched this was because a bunch of people were going to watch it, and I didn't want to be the one guy. I didn't want to be the one guy that actually didn't see it, And like I am glad I saw it, just to say that I did, and to have a honest, somewhat unbiased opinion about it. If he didn't, if Mayweather would have won by knockout, if he'd have just won, just completely outclassed him or anything like that, I wouldn't have anything derogatory to say towards him, but that wasn't the case. And as far as his character and anything else like that, doesn't necessarily matter at this point. I'm done talking. You guys have a good night.